I was really looking forward to Hoppers. I thought I was going to really thoroughly enjoy this, and unfortunately, I found it to be quite disappointing for a few reasons. There are things about it that I think were done well, things that I will certainly praise, but in general, I don't agree with the current IMDb rating. It has 7.3 out of 10 across 62,000 reviews and ratings, and a Metascore of 73, which is very impressive, and I generally don't agree. This is a Disney Pixar film released this year in 2026. It's directed by Daniel Chong, written by Jesse Andrews, with a voice cast including Piper Kudra, Bobby Moynihan, Jon Hamm, Kathy Najimy, and various others. We have a great, great voice cast. That certainly isn't a problem. The story focuses on a character called Mabel. She finds out that Dr. Sam has developed technology that allows them, humans, to become one with robotic animals. And by taking on the shape of this robotic animal, by becoming one with this robotic animal, they can spend more time in nature, up close with the real animals, and get a better understanding of them, and hopefully as humans be able to help them more. It's a good idea. And I think it raises some important questions about the safety of animals, the way in which humans can potentially negatively impact their habitats. I think all of that is obviously very, very important. However, there are a few reasons why I didn't like it. The first 20 minutes of the film are miserable, so depressing, and it put me in such a negative headspace. Now, that's not to say every film has to be all sunshine and rainbows for the first 20 minutes, but it was miserable. And I really, really hated the first 20 minutes. And that's not to say my mood couldn't have lifted, but it had to offer something fantastic to really lift my mood. And unfortunately, it just didn't. So it caused its own problems from the very beginning by being terrible for the first 20 minutes or so. And the rest of the film is not good enough to lift that negative headspace. So it's just a miserable experience for pretty much the whole thing. Maybe if the beginning wasn't so terrible, it would have been a bit better, but I still wouldn't feel like I'd be saying it was a great film, but I'm willing to admit that things might have been a little bit more positive had the beginning had a different approach. I will say though the rest of the film is maybe just above average at best, which is not what I expect from a Disney film, from a Pixar film. Usually, they release something that's above average, way above average. But on this occasion, it was just a bit of a mediocre experience. The animation, though, is stunning. On the flip side, it is gorgeous to look at. It really is visually beautiful and much more in line with the quality that one could expect from a Disney Pixar. So no issues there. I did enjoy looking at it. The voice acting is very good. The music is good. But the narrative, while addressing important topics and raising some interesting questions, is not great. The tone is wrong from the very beginning. And while there are some scenes that are okay, it never becomes a great film. So I was quite disappointed. I didn't hate it. It wasn't the worst experience in the world, but it was nowhere near the quality it should have been. It nowhere near met its expectations. And unfortunately, I think that Hoppers is, based on current numbers, very overrated. 7.3 out of 10 is miles away from the score I'd give it. I'd give it maybe a 6. And I don't do number ratings very often, but I feel quite confident that I think it's maybe a 6 out of 10. Gorgeous animation, great voice acting, nice music, good messages. As a concept, I like it, but I thought the execution of Hoppers was very disappointing.